I believe that with used clothing, that by the time it gets to a place where it's being resold, that it's worn out and done with. And in reality, we buy in this country so much more clothing than we can ever wear. Um, you know, people wear out a pretty small fraction of what they own. And the rest of it, they just get rid of at some point in their life because they don't wear it anymore, it doesn't fit, it's not the right style for them. From Missouri, Springfield, Missouri. I just grew up there, studied business at Mizzou, and I just always loved buying and selling old stuff. So when an opportunity came up to open a store here, I jumped on it about 8 years ago. I wanted a place that was accessible and cheap, affordable, but with a high turnover. Because you have a lot of places that do, their stuff is really cheap, but the good stuff sells really fast and they aren't able to replace it. And you have other places where everything's really expensive, so every time you go in there's good pieces, but you'll see those same pieces 2 years later. Here I don't want anything sitting around more than a few months, ideally. It should be gone and then have something good to replace it. So my goal is to be high turnover, low prices, and I don't see a lot of stores that specifically try and do that. When you have a customer coming in with a really distinctive style, after a while you get to know that, and then we try and find stuff for them, or we'll show them stuff or hold things for them when they come in, and just because we know they appreciate it. People bring in stuff, sell every day, and we just look through and determine, based on what we need, if it's something that we think will sell or not, and is it stuff that will appeal to our customers? Is the condition right? Do we need more of them, or are we overstocked on them? Those are all things that we consider. It's here to give people options. I don't think that everyone should wear stuff from here or has to. It doesn't bother me when people don't, but when they need like a 70s outfit or just a cool t-shirt or a good navy pea coat or something like that, then I want it to be here. Predictability. That's the biggest thing overall, because there are just a countless number of clothing brands out there and styles and customers that look for them, and so you're always learning, you're always finding new stuff that you haven't seen before. That's really fun, just walking into places and not knowing what's gonna happen. So you're not gonna believe me, but that's probably the most valuable thing in the room right now. Pair of Levi's, 1960s, super, super hard to find, but there's a really big market in, for the last 25 years or so, it's been in Japan. Now there's customers in the U.S. that buy them too, but this would be like a $500-600 pair of jeans. If you want to get a shot of this,
yeah.
This is what my car looks like after a half day of shopping. Good. This one's a present for a friend.
Oh my
but
God.
I mean, have you ever seen anything like that?
No. Oh my God.
Hi, I'm Sabrina Lidke, and I'm the founder and editor of Style on the Hill. I started as a way to document street style in Lawrence, and also just like the culture and like the uniqueness of the town. Something that I've been so excited to find are all of the cool vintage stores around town, specifically Wildman Vintage. I love the idea of repurposing outfits, and instead of them getting thrown away or just like shoved to the back of the closet, they're like able to be incorporated into someone's closet and used and accessorized with. Vintage stores are super overwhelming because you're going through a bunch of different things. You're like, the neckline's wrong, this is like ill-fitting, like just so many different issues. This has a random stain. Like, something that's really important is to have an eye for patterns, and I would say silhouettes, because there's certain things that are timeless that can bring an outfit together. That's why belts and accessories are so like prime to get from thrift stores, because sometimes we forget about things and we leave them in the past, and they're like still really cool. I guess it's more for like a pragmatic like person who wants to go and like have a shopping experience instead of just like consumerism where you're going and you're like, oh fuck yeah, like exposed zipper, like whatever. No, like I think it's all about like taking that and pairing it with modern day clothes and combining all of the eras together and forming your own style. You know, lots of college students, liberal college students with the same kind of mindset. Everyone does things with a style and with a purpose, and that's important. It's not just like passively walking through life and picking out like a striped shirt. It's like going and like hand picking a pattern that you think would go perfectly with the necklace.
Those vases are from there, that candle's from there, this table's from there, that chair's from there. So I'll see someone on campus, and for Style on the Hill, I'm supposed to take pictures for like Instagram or Facebook of their outfit, and sometimes I'll just ask them as like a conversation piece, oh, where did you get that? And they'll tell me where it's from, and I'm like, oh, how much was it, like for a cardigan? And they're like, oh, you know, $70. And I just think that's crazy, because everything in my closet all added together would probably be $70 if you took all of my thrift store things. So yeah, I do think it's a little bit crazy, especially because those hot items are what everyone else is also going to be wearing. Like if we feature a whole bunch of pieces that are from Forever 21 or something, everyone's gonna have already seen it. So we like to go there because like nobody has this. You'll never see this again. And it just shows like that you can get unique, cute pieces for really cheap, like when you have change, pocket change. These were what we first started doing. We would find little boys' pants and like find ones that just fit our waist and then cut them, and then we would like stud them. This is one of our kind of funnier finds. I want to say this is from Goodwill, probably, and it was only a couple dollars. This is one of the dresses that we found, which again also kind of looks like something that a grandma would probably wear, but I don't know, with a belt and a jacket. We've used this for photo shoots and stuff before. Things like this are what we would feature on Style on the Hill, the blog that we both work for, because we want to show people that like you don't have to dress in like, you know, just expensive brands and stuff to look different and cute on campus. My favorite thing is when someone asks me where I got something, and this sounds so selfish, but I can like tell them that it's from a resale store and know that they can't go copy it. It's kind of fun to have like these unique pieces.
Something that is really like vital and separates the shopping from thrifting is wanting to have that interactive experience where you're a tastemaker and you're specifically choosing what you're gonna like not yeah, you're choosing what you're gonna wear, but you're choosing what tone you're like sending like, you know, you're an adventure and you're going in and you're finding something, and it's like it is an adventure in a sense.
It's so exciting to find something that's like really tight, and you're like, oh my gosh, it's 75 cents.
For being in the college town, they realize that we're not going to pay more, and that's kind of awesome. But if you go anywhere else, sometimes thrift stores can be expensive, and you're like, what the fuck is this about? But you know, sometimes it's like you have to judge it by like the condition it's in. If you're confident in your own style, you can pretty much wear whatever you want.
I spent $6 on these priceless
Spanx
gold or pink lame, and I'm gonna wear them with roller skates and thigh-high socks.
Yeah, and a little crop top tank top.